Hi, I'm Nels Jensen with the Business Press. We are here at the Riverside Mega Mixer, the Riverside Chamber Mega Mixer event, and now we are talking with Craig Blunden, the CEO of Provident Savings Bank, a community bank with deep roots here in Riverside. And you've just released your quarterly report, is that right?
That's correct. We released earnings
another good
today.
Quarter for you guys?
Extremely strong quarter. In fact, our stock price was up over 4% today on the results of our earnings.
Right. And so we were talking before we sat down, one of the strengths in your recent report has been your mortgage banking side, which not every community bank does. Tell us a little bit about that side of the business.
Nels, it's very unusual for a community bank to have a large mortgage banking operation like we do. We started that operation in 1987. The same individual runs it today. And if you look back at the last year with interest rates at historic lows, our volume took off both in the refi volume and the new sales volume. Then we earned, of course, fees on all those loans, sold 100% of them in the secondary market. And those really have helped us through some pretty tough times in banking.
So how did you decide to get into that area?
Well, way back when we were a savings and loan that portfolioed all of our loans, and I could see that there was no future in that, and that mortgage bankers were starting to take too big a piece of our business. So I formed a subsidiary in '87, hired existing mortgage bankers, and went from there.
So why do you think more community banks didn't follow? I mean, was it risk?
Certainly it's a riskier business. You have to have some pretty technically professional people who know both the origination side and the secondary marketing side, because there is interest rate risk in holding loans before you deliver them to your investors. And as interest rates move in the marketplace, you need to know how to hedge them properly. So there is risk in that, but if you've been doing it a long time, you have the right people and you have models that you're running, you can protect yourself from that interest rate risk.
So is it really about discipline then? Because there's a lot of other risky areas in terms of community lending that you guys just haven't gotten into.
That's right. If you look at the banks that have failed in our region in the last 3 years, many of them were very involved in construction lending, both single family and commercial construction lending. That became such a huge part of their business. And then when the real estate market turned down, those projects were worth very little. They couldn't sell the product, and it, of course, made many of these institutions fail.
Sure. And now we're still seeing some, obviously, the deepest recession of either of our lifetimes in terms of, business impact and community impact. We're still seeing consumers, with the consumer loans are still a drag, if you will, on the business. Has that hit bottom? Is that turning around? What's the short-term outlook for the consumer lending?
Well, it appears that it's probably hit bottom, but it's going to be a slow move upward. When you look at unemployment rates, whether it's California or our region, we're still some of the highest in the country. And even though we're seeing more hiring in the private sector, we're losing jobs in the public sector as,
Sure.
counties and cities and states, tighten up again.
There's a new baseline, really. This
Absolutely.
Isn't like we're not recovering to anything. It's like we're just basically going to be, at least all the experts tell us, we're basically now it's a matter of growth from where we're at, not a comeback or a bounce back, if you will.
Well, exactly. We won't see the types of growth we've seen after other recessions. There's just no doubt about it. And you're right, I've been at Provident over 36 years, and I've never seen anything quite like this latest cycle.
Right. So what's the take us out a couple years, and what do you see Provident doing in a few years? I mean, you guys are all throughout the Inland Empire, 14 retail stores, if you will, 9 mortgage banking centers. What do you see 5, 6, 10 years from now Provident doing?
Well, our region's been hit pretty hard, but we still have tremendous possibilities for growth. Many of our competitors have disappeared, so we'll be expanding our footprint all over, certainly Riverside County and the Inland Empire, because there's just more opportunity available to us. So many competitors disappeared, other than some of the largest banks that have taken some market share. So I look forward to developing more of our retail banking offices, continuing to build our retail mortgage banking offices as well. And those just not in Riverside County, but we have those now from the Bay Area to San Diego.
Statewide, that's right. Now in the retail, so are you looking at certain areas? Are you looking at Southwest Riverside County or the Pass, or what, where are you looking?
We're looking honestly all over Riverside County. Right now we cover it from Corona to Blythe,
Yeah, but you have one office in Southwest Riverside County, and that's now several 100,000 people. Right.
You know, right before the turndown, we were looking at 3 different sites in that Southwest County area, but decided it wouldn't be prudent.
Sure, probably a wise call
to grow. And in fact, we did shrink the institution in the last couple of years, which helped protect our capital levels. And we've grown our capital, and we're one of the most well-capitalized institutions in this region now.
All right, very good. We've been visiting with Craig Blunden, the CEO of Provident Savings Bank here in Riverside. We'll be back in a minute.